Yo guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we have our platinum guide for the game, our roadmap to platinum, and our platinum review of the game. I'm going to bundle it all into one. So we're going to go over what to expect and what to look out for your platinum trophies, and if you're quite familiar with the other Trails of Cold Steel games, there's not going to be too much deviations from that to this game, but once again, we'll go through everything since this is the Japanese version of the game. And you might be first wondering to yourself, you don't have a platinum. Well, there's going to be a very big controversy, and this is what I'm going to kind of go over. This is a very big controversy, including in the Japanese scene, where people are very upset about this change. So as you see, the platinum is at a 0.3%. I do not currently have it because I will show you what is stopping current players from getting it. So this trophy right here at a 0.5%. So this you're wondering what trophy is this? This is to get a Master Quartz to level 15. This is the biggest contention the game has right now with a lot of its player bases. So trying to give it to you a little bit in perspective. Master Quartz XP is basically designed to give you a portion of what you gain from XP to your Master Quartz. Essentially, the more XP you earn, the more XP your Master Quartz earns. So essentially it's saying, like, you know how when you level up in the game, the more and more you fight weaker enemies, the less XP you get from them. It's the same thing happens with Master Quartz. The problem is at the highest level enemy in the game is level 53. So that means you probably won't be getting 80 more XP, bonus XP from that point. Just to give you a rough perspective, I beat Nightmare Mode on this game at level 160. All my Master Quartzes were at level 11. At that point, you need to roughly fight. In order to get for me to get to 11 to 12, I need to spend over 100 plus hours to get to level 12. And once again, you have to get to level 15. To show you how BS this is, in order to go from halfway between 14 to 15, you need 24 shining pom-poms. Let me count that, 24 shining pom-poms in order to get that level for the Master Quartz. That means you roughly have to buy. I'm not. This is not even going near it. You literally have to buy every single Master Quartz Shining Pom Pom from the DLC multiple times, and you know you can't actually do that. You actually meaning you have to beat the game multiple times in order to get that DLC to refund itself. Also, if you wanted to do this the long way, to physically grind that, you need thousands of hours. So you're wondering, so how are you supposed to get this trophy? Well, there's actually an update to the game on October 1st, where the bunch of the DLC will release, and there's going to be an update to the game, which this is the biggest contention of all. This was supposed to have been added to the game on release. They just couldn't get it out on time. So they bundled it with the DLC that's coming out. So you're gonna get this update. It's gonna update the True Review Recorder to the EX True Review Recorder Plus. So with that, the level cap has been increased, so you can reach level 15 with your Master Quartz. So this is kind of where the contention is with players saying, I can't get the platinum right now because I physically cannot do it. So you either grind for thousands of hours, wait for the update, or buy all the DLC, which many people would rather just wait till the update drops down. So this is the contention here. So I'm literally have everything else in the game. There's nothing much you're gonna miss. I mean, there's a lot of things you can miss in the game. Once again, it's just a Trails game, so I'm not gonna go point out missable trophies because you have to do it almost everything in a playthrough. So the next hardest trophy is this: finish all master missions in the game. Essentially, you'll be doing everything in the game to earn this trophy. So I'll show you where it is real quick in game. So when you're in the True River Corridor or anywhere in the overworld, you simply open up your main mission menu and you look, and it's this tab. This tab over here is your daily repeatable missions. You can also reset to do these missions, and this will grant you pretty much your remainder of your points needed to upgrade all of your battle functions completely, as because the main missions will not grant you enough of that upgrade material to do it. So once again, I will leave the wiki guide down for everything you need to know. Once again, just Google Translate it, you'll understand everything. This will help you unlock every single trophy in the game. once again, and it will help you unlock all these missions because there's a lot of different missions, but it basically encompasses what you have to do in the entirety of the game. So right here, reach rank S. It is actually even easier to hit rank S in this game than it is in previous games. It does not require a perfect playthrough. Most of your RP points are earned through your missions doing this trophy. And also, it doesn't reset after every playthrough, meaning you can just keep on, as long as you do your missions, you save that RP points and it adds it to your total. So this is once again probably the easiest variation of this you'll ever see. So just keep clearing those points, you'll get what you need to do in order to get that. Alrighty. Next one is Nightmare Mode. Contrary to popular belief, a lot of people say you should just wait till the EX version of the game comes out to do Nightmare. Um, in my opinion, Nightmare is actually not that hard. Once again, it's very easy when you start off the game. It gets harder towards the end because of the extreme amount of damage the enemies can do in Nightmare, plus their higher HP pools. Realistically, there's only one fight I actually had trouble on, and it's not the final boss the other versions of him. It was the Divine Knight fight because that's the only fight you cannot prepare for other than just leveling up your characters. And once again, I struggled on that fight with Reen at 160, allowing me to only make maybe two mistakes in the fight because you cannot prep that ahead of time. So that is a very tough fight. When you will have to understand the intricacies of the Divine Knight fights from. But if you are a veteran from CS4 and CS3, you will know what to do, specifically if you watch my old guides, and I really suggest you do that, and you're going to be fine with that Nightmare one. Next event, this is your episode watcher. In in this game, there's going to be all these episodes where I'll show you right over here. You're going to need to unlock them with your unlockables, what you get from missions and all that in order to unlock all of them. And once again, you're going to have to do this for almost all the character notes in the game. So this is also what's going to be updated in the October 1st update. They're going to add more stories to the game to also expand onto what's after Hajimari no Kiseki. This is all of what you get in the game. These stories, you have to do them. You're set level characters, so don't worry too much about what you fight, what you scan in there, what level ups you get. They're all just static. And this is what you get for beating the game in the level 4 part 2. This is the most important story beat, in my opinion, to what's going to come up next after Hajimari no Kiseki. And of course, when they say, hey, we're going to update the game, they're going to add more stories that allude to the next game. So this is a very big major spoiler in the game right there. So we move on to the next one. Battle Master. Veterans of the game will know you need to finish your battle notebook. Very simple. Once again, once again, the wiki will have every location. Treasure Hunter. Once again, simple. You need to unlock every single treasure chest except for the True Red Recorder, which is automatically, once again, randomized. You're going to notice this from past games as well, too. Person Master, or your person notes. Once again, very simple. Once again, you just gotta collect most of the notes in the game. Honestly, most of the notes come from 322 or doing all the episodes or meeting the characters for the first time. This one was probably the easiest one to do since most of them are not missable because you have to do them through an episode. But once again, there's no really a lot of double talking ones in this game. Just double talk with everybody regardless that you notice from past games. Very, very easy. Next one is your cooking trophy. Once again, very standard for the series. This one is getting all the fish in the game. Once again, very standard in the game. You're not going to be able to miss some things. Well, I shouldn't say that. There's some missable ones, but you can once again farm all of them in the True Riviera Quarter. And in order to get the last fish, you need to do it by 322. And you will see where it is, as there's always an event about it. The 322 date is where in Crossbell. It's in Crossbell. I'll let you know that. I don't want to spoil anything too much more for you guys than that. Next one is Book Mania. Buy all the books in the game. Next one is the Pom Pom Puyo Puyo Tetris. If you struggle with this in CS4, you're gonna struggle even more with this. Some of the later enemies are literally robots at the game. The only way I can find out, there's literally two tactics I ever used to beat them. One was either rush them harder, faster, and harder than they do, so you can at least build up more CP than them and hopefully eliminate them in one go, or you let them build up more CP, block rush you, and you have to basically manually fight out of that block rush to get 10 CP, then hit them all at once with that. There's very much two tactics. Mostly you're gonna use the second tactic because you cannot beat them faster than they can beat you in this because they're like legit robot teleporting robots when they play this game, like ridiculously. All right, then VM Masters makes a return. Once again, you're gonna need to do all this VM Master stuff anyways for your gold trophy for all missions. Once again, very easy. They rebalanced a lot of the master cards in this game, making them much more powerful than they should be. They took out a bunch of cards from CS4, which is really, really disappointing to me. They added some new ones, but realistically, they mostly took out most of the master cards from CS4 and rebalanced them. And when I mean rebalanced, they made them pretty OP. So be on aware of that. Master Quartz Collector. The only hard part about this one is you need to collect all the characters in the game. If you don't know, I'll show it right here in game. Characters can come. You earn everyone in the story you get automatically. The ones that are the problem are the ones to the true reveal quarter, which are the random guest characters. And you see the gold orbs on the side. Those are your sealing stones. You get a certain amount in the game, but there are 4 additional ones after you beat the game that you need to get. And each character has their own master quartz, and they're part of the VM Masters and all that shenanigans. Getting these gold orbs is such a low percent. They're only found by being EX monsters or doing the lost doors randomly, and they're very low. So getting the last 4 characters is really very much a grind and a pain in your ass to do. But once again, every grind will eventually pay off at some point, and you'll get the characters. So I found my best luck to be on level 4 of the True Revere quarter. I got all mines from that level, well, but you can do it on any level with the EX monsters to get them, possibly. But once again, that was a very painful, stupid grind to get this, and that's pretty much the only thing that's gonna block you from that trophy is those pretty much those 4 characters you need to get from them. So we move on to Lost Arts Collector. You can actually obtain Lost Quartz in this game in many different ways, including doing missions. So this one pretty much is very, very easy. Next one is your 2 million mirror. If you beat the game and you're almost done with everything, you can literally just sell the game, all your stuff in the game, sell everything, then reload your checkpoint, your last save in order to get everything back. Once again, very easy trophy. You're gonna see that from every single other game. Create 3 weapons with black Zemurian ore. Typical making the most powerful weapons in the game. You're going to get the Zemurian ore in chapter 4, and not in chapter 4, in the final chapter to make these weapons. And you're going to get a lot of them. You're going to get a lot of U material in this game. You're getting way more than you need, but once again, you need to use all that U material to finish missions and all that. So I would not suggest using your U material on the Zemurian ore stuff until you finish all those missions, just as a safety net. Then this is the one I talked about. Alright, these are your battle trophies. Essentially, you have to win 1,500 fights. This is definitely going to be a grind for a lot of people because you're not going to need to do 1,500 fights by the time you finish Nightmare. So you will have to grind that out and do some of all your other trophies. This is 300% 300 preemptive strikes. You know this from every other game. You hit someone in the back, you whack them on the field, or you use your special attack. All the same. This is 100 S crafts in the game. This is getting a battle bonus of times 3 in a fight. Once again, if you literally just use an S craft and wipe everyone out in one turn, you're gonna get this. This is beating 8 enemies at once. Once again, very easy, especially if you're playing a new game plus. Just pop an S craft on 8 enemies, gonzo already. Made 800 breaks. Realistically, like that is way easier than you think it is gonna be. Trust me. Pursued. This is doing the follow-ups 500 times. Oops, I'm sorry. This is your link master. This is getting someone to level 7 with your link. You're gonna do this in no time. Trust me. You're gonna have so many encounters that this is gonna be quite easy for you. This is doing 500 rush, if 500 pursuits or follow-ups during your links. This is 100 rushes. This is 100. This is 50 bursts. This is using this is using orders 100 times. This is using Valiant Attacks, the new mechanic in the game where you use your purple burst meter on the bottom, which is tied to your your field chargers. This is using the attack version, which is the X button. This is the arts version of this, and this is the crafts version of it. So the attack version of it, it will have everyone in your party, including your reserves, attack. They all gain CP, and it also buffs your attack. For the arts version, it's your four main party members will use an arts, and they will get buffed by your allies in the back to do extra damage with those arts. So it's only 4 hits rather than the attack does whoever as main attacks you got in the party. So typically this is stronger, but this also buffs your magic damage instead of your attack damage. So you might want to use the other one just to build up more CP for all your characters in your party if they used it, if you swapped out. And also if you want to apply debuff status from what your characters are, whatever they have in their Oberman status effects, and also increase your base attack. Then this is the craft version. The craft version heals all your characters from statuses, does not revive them, it just heals them. And once again, depending on your Valiant Rush upgrades, you can get 1 CP point from it or 2 CP points from it. Once again, it depends on how leveled up you leveled it up in the True Riviera Quarter. This is hitting an enemy's weakness 100 times. You can do that very, very easily, probably without knowing this. This is doing your nine trials doors in the True Riviera Quarter. Alrighty, so this one is going to be a pain for some people. I very much suggest do this not on Nightmare because of some of the teammate combinations. You have 10 of them. You only need to do 9 for the trophy and for the mission. But once again, if you do all of them, you get the reward for these is upgraded craft levels, and some of the craft levels are absolutely worth it, especially the ones for Emma because it gives you basically craft reflect, not craft reflect. It's a magic deflect. But some of them are really going to be a pain in the butt, especially the ones that only use 2 people. A lot of the ones that use 4 people are very, very easy. Even this last one, because you get useless, is very easy because you can use pretty much your perfect guard. Some of the ones that are going to be very, very hard are this one, George and Duvale. And the number one hard one is this one, Muse with Nadia. And you face Aurelia. Just letting you know, you cannot outlevel these doors as well too. You have to prep for them ahead of time. It says the minimum level is 23. That's the minimum level your characters have to be in order to enter the trials door. But once you enter the inside, the enemy scales off to your highest level character that's coming going in. So it means you can't over level the enemy. You have to fight them and beat them with tactics. This one was very hard to do. I legitimately had to use Angel Res tactics along with just Zerum Capsule rushing it. And that's where I use most of my Zerum Capsules in my run because I just didn't need them because everything else was so easy. These are the ones you want to do on normal while you have the chance. These are very, very tough if you have the bad characters. Some of the ones where there's 2 people are very easily doable depending on who you have. This one, especially the run right here, Randy and Gaius, you can literally just use Gaius to S-Craft delay everybody and just heal him with CP with Randy. Once again, it's just you have to prepare your tactics for these fights. Especially this one. Nadia and Muse are so bad in this game compared to everybody else. Alrighty, move on to the next trophy. Where were we? Try to get back. Alrighty. This is see all of the special events during the beach vacation mini game. Um, just letting you know, guys, you only when you unlock this for the first time, you only get like 5 tickets. If you get more tickets by going to let me show you guys real quick in game where you can get more tickets. You're only given 5, but you need to do all of the mini games for all the costumes, and you also do need more mini tickets to do the special drink event. You can maybe find tickets in here. Sometimes they sell it in here. But if you break objects in the True Riviera Quarter, you have a chance of getting more tickets to do those events. So if you over time, because you're going to be doing so much True Riviera Quarter, you're going to get enough tickets to do everything in there. So once again, You're just gonna have to do that over time. Alrighty. This is your first trophy for the game. Once again, these are your story-based trophies that you're going to do over time. You're going to get them. So these are your trophies. Sorry, trophies. This is a very special trophy. This is unlocking the true ending of the game. It's a little bit different from all the other ones. Specifically, during 322, you need to unlock. You need to see all the special events on 322, and they're going to be marked on the game. Once again, they're going to be marked on the game for you to see, and you're gonna want to see them. Once you see all the events, you just simply just go to the last boss, and the boss they will play out a special event here during the boss scene, and you got the trophy essentially. Last one right here is see the true conversation between two people. So this is unlocked. The last story which I showed you, which is the Grandmaster and that hidden person in that picture in that episode. This is the conversation between them. Once you see that episode, you get this. In order to unlock the episode, you need to beat the game, then load back into the True Riviera Corridor. You need to finish level 4 part 2 because if you didn't know, like I stated in my other video, you can only unlock the first part of level 4 if you don't beat the game. Second part is unlocked after you beat the game. Alrighty, folks. So, some closing thoughts to the game. Really do love the game. I can't really give you a full opinion now because you actually have to wait for the DLC to come out to see what's going to happen with the next game. But all inclusive wise to this game, it's really good. I love the game. Regardless of the problems with the DLC not all coming out at one time, this whole thing like there's gonna be updates to it later on when it should have been all in here inclusive. It's all minor to just being able to play the game. I guess I've heard the rumors about and what Kondo has said about what the next game could be like a battle game instead of a tactics game. We're not gonna kind of go over that. We're looking at this as it is. I love Hajimari no Kiseki is a great game. I very much think it's still CS5 Liberation of Crossbell arc, essentially. But when you come down to it, it's Cold Steel. It's Cold Steel. It's a great game. You get a great story. It is still probably my game of the year, regardless of all these mishaps. At the end of the day, I mean, yeah, I'm not gonna be able to platinum it as early as I thought I would, but I'm still playing the game. I'm still enjoying it. Alright, guys. Until the next one. Peace.